All right, we on? We on. All right, cool. We on. Welcome back. If you're returning, welcome. If it's your first time, I'm back. In this video, I'll be going over a life update and where I've been for the past 3 months. So we'll get the obvious part out the way. I'm in the house now. I'm no longer in the yard. When it got too cold, I wasn't filming out there. It got way too cold to film in the yard. This is my new setup. This is where I will be filming. I've planted my flag here, so new background, new set. It's great. I love it. Um, what I've been up to. Let's start with the the book content. We'll start with the book content first. We'll get that out the way. I struggle with posting about the financial literacy part of Rich Dad Poor Dad, just given the climate of the way things are going, and I wasn't sure if it was appropriate for me to continue to talk about, financial literacy, how to gain wealth, how to riches, pay taxes or avoid doing that. So I struggled with that and just absorbing a lot of the information that's been doled out. It kind of like it put me in a like a difficult spot. Like morally, it's like, yo, should I continue doing this? Is the right thing to do? Yada yada. And I've heard about YouTubers or social media people, content creators that like take a break from XYZ due to mental health, and not mental health like in the regard I'm gonna hurt myself or anything like that, but like mental health like be having stuff on your mind and you don't know if like this is the right time to do it, if it's appropriate, if it's tone deaf, you don't really know. So that's what that was as far as the Rich Dad Poor Dad content. I got chapters filmed that I never posted. I'm probably gonna have to go back and redo them because I'm looking at some of the old footage and I can see the like my wheels turning as I'm reviewing this chapter. I can see me thinking like confused, like is this the right thing to do? Like as I'm filming. So I'll probably go back and redo those. But I want to continue doing that. Um, I've I've gathered my resolve, so I'm going to get back to doing that. So that's from the book side content. I shied away from the trading part for one reason and one reason only, and that's majority of what this video is going to be about as far as like life update. Yes, it got cold outside. I didn't want to film in the yard. Yes, holidays happen, birthdays, Christmas, like birthdays, a lot of January birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's Day, like those things happen. I take away from, but if I'm being completely honest, that ain't why I stopped posting content about my trades because prior to that, before it was just like before it got cold out, before I left the yard, like my trading week recaps slowed down and eventually came to a screeching halt. My last trading update was 3 months ago. That wasn't Christmas. That wasn't New Year's. That wasn't birthday. That wasn't Valentine's Day. It's been a little while. So what happened? The short answer is I blew my account, blew it up. um, and it's so taboo. It's so, oh man, you don't want to blow your account. You don't want to. You can't blow your account. If you blow your account, it's over. It felt like the end of the world. It was just like, yeah, if you blow your account, it's over. And I gotta say, I could blame holiday stress. I could blame life happening. I had car trouble that ran me a little more than I thought it was, and I had to, I tried to like make something happen off of that and whip up some trading money on some hangover one. Just like if I do this and do this, it's like, don't ever do that. I did that. Um, but before any of that happened, I found myself trying to fast track my success because I'm trading not even live trading, but because I'm talking about trading and posting trading content. I didn't want to keep posting it like, oh, I'm losing, I lost a trade, I want to trade, I lost a trade on my week reviews. Like, oh, I uh, two out of the three things I didn't do, and only one thing I did do. It felt like I felt like I was trying to trade to be able to prove that I could trade and post content about me trading. I abandoned all my discipline. And as a result of that, I blew my account. And it forced me to take a step back and do some evaluations on the way I was conducting myself as a trader and the way I was conducting myself as like a YouTube a content creator, like a trading content creator. When I initially started, I wanted to start this content for people that could be coming up in trading, and I'm seeing that trading is becoming more mainstream now. So like we see one side of it, like we see the success part of it, where people are flourishing and they're making $10,000 a day and all something like the lifestyle part of it. But very seldom do people talk about like the ugly side of it. And if they do talk about it, they talk about it in retrospect. Like they fixed it, they got themselves together, they climbed out of that proverbial hole, and now they're a profitable trader. Now they're a six-figure trader. Now I can talk about like the horror stories, like, oh man, it was so bad that time. But very rarely do you hear people talk about it right there in the moment. And that's where I am. I'm right there in that moment. So we can talk about it. The thought, the prospect of me blowing my account scared me. It scared the hell out of me because I'm dealing with a lot of ego here. It's like, how can I make trader content and I blew my account? Like nobody's gonna listen to me. Like who wants to listen to the person that blew their account? That was my frame of thinking. And I gotta say, I'll attribute it to my mentality because I again come from a sports background. I'll attribute that to my background in sports because when I played sports, my interpretation of wins versus losses, losing was the worst thing that could happen to you. You didn't want to lose, and I wanted to avoid losing at all costs. Like I wanted to be a winner because I enjoyed the feeling of winning. I hated the feeling of losing. You hear people talk like, I hate losing more than I love winning. I was the type of person that hated to lose more than I loved to win. So losing in any regard was it seemed so unacceptable to me to just take a loss like on the chin. I wasn't accustomed to that. Nowhere in my background was it like you lose and it's just like, yeah, loss. No. And fortunately in sports, I won a lot. So, but that didn't create, I would say, a good mentality, a good relationship with the prospect of a loss. Even in sports, even in a loss, I knew it wouldn't be long until we won again, and then I'd be able to like shake that feeling that a loss would give you. Because when you lose, you don't feel good. If it feels like you got the quote unquote, like you got the monkey on your back, and you just want to get the monkey off your back, and the monkey could be anything. It's like it's that feeling that you get when you don't feel like you're on top of the world, when you feel like you lost the heavyweight championship in front of everybody, like you that piece of you that makes you feel like you're the best. If it's external, and in this regard, let's say in the case of sports or in the case of trading, that validation can be external if you make it that way. And in sports and in trading, I would say like even in life, I've made that thing external. So when a loss occurs and that happens, that's taken away from me. And it's like I gotta get that back. It gives me something to chase. Like that go getter mindset. Like you gotta go get that back. Somebody took that from you, that's yours. Go get it. The way I actively avoided losing like a loss of a trade was like a loss of a rep. You ever see let's like take take football for example. You watch like Aaron Donald, like old school Aaron Donald. He gets through the offensive line, he gets to quarterback, he gets a sack, right? That's cool for Aaron Donald. But he beat somebody. Somebody lost that rep for him to make that play. Or if let's say you get a receiver that like catches a touch, Jamar Chase, you catch the ball, you run for a touchdown. He had to beat somebody to get that. So don't just look at the highlight. Like there's two sides to it. Somebody lost that rep, and somebody won that rep. And to the person that won that rep, great. The person that lost that rep, even if they did everything they were supposed to do. And it's just like, hey, man, it's a 50-50 ball. It's up there. I can have it. He can have it. You lose that rep, that matters. Like, that affects that person. And depending on like what type of mentality you got, when that happens, when that loss happens, like the next time I have to get that back. So me losing a trade, me losing a rep, I got beat. I can't get beat. My initial reflexes are, and then we talk about trading now, but like I lose a trade, I can't lose a trade. Like I got beat, fight back, try harder. Like it's like you lose, you feel like you're not putting in enough effort. So it's like fight back, try harder. It was never just let it go. It happened. Just let it go. Can't let it go. It's like you. I never was like conditioned to just let it go, and that that put me in a bad position. I used to pride myself on winning. If you needed something done, I'm usually a guy to go to. I'm reliable like that. So to again to take a loss and let it go and just accept it, nah. The thing about trading is pride has no place in it. As far as your performance, your P&L, you pride yourself on winning trades. The market doesn't go where you want it to go, and I've showed that for a very long time. The market don't go where you want it to go. So having pride in like your performance, your win, your losses, and it's unrealistic. And having that issue with my pride and having that issue with my ego, it it took my situation that was already not the best, compounded it, and made it worse. So that's how I ended up running into a brick wall at 150 miles an hour, like no seatbelt, no brakes, just like if we're going, we're going, we're going. Very unhealthy. And in doing that, my account suffered, my mental and emotional health suffered. Socially, I wasn't a nice person to be around. I was miserable for a little bit. I came across a piece of content. I forget which medium. I feel like they all blend together. But I came across a piece of content talking about the elite athlete versus the average athlete, and it helped me get a new perspective, just as far as like not just athletics, not just trading, but just performance. Period. Where the elite athlete isn't attached to the outcome, isn't married to the outcome. The elite athlete is married to the process. So you get an elite athlete that doesn't win a game or has a poor performance in a game, the athlete doesn't say to itself, "Oh, I must suck because I played bad today." The average athlete is like, if the average athlete, if he plays bad, then in his mind he's just like, "I suck," and if he plays good, then he's like, "I don't suck." He's married to the result. The average athlete is married to the result, and the elite athlete is married to the process. So in trading, the elite trader is married to the process. The elite trader got it. The elite trader is married to the process, and the average trader is married to the result. So, the average trader, you do good on the day. I'm a trader. I'm a guy. I'm beating my chest. I can't wait to post this shit. Let me screenshot post. The bad trader is like assignment. It's like, oh, I lost. I did this. I did that. Shed some light on some things. As far as athletics go, and I'm going to transition from athletics to like trading, but like as far as athletic goes, there are guys who are less athletically talented, less athletically gifted than others, but are elite players. Tom Brady was not. Tom Brady was not the best athlete. If you look up them combine numbers and that combine footage and how Tom Brady looked back then, he was not the most athletically gifted, physically gifted player. He was not by no stretch. But he was an elite player because he was married to the process and not married to the result. He went against guys weekly who were 10 times more athletic than he was, 10 times more explosive, twice as strong, 10 times as fast, quick, whatever. He was an elite athlete because The mental part of it, the mental part of athletics, just like the mental part of trading. You got people that come from different backgrounds, and some have advantages over others, and some got more money to play with, and some is a mentality. Is a mentality. A person can start with nothing. If they're married to the process and not married to the result, they will do well. They won't abandon any discipline. They won't be a victim of circumstance. Their self worth won't be tied to their P&L, meaning like their profit and their loss. Their identity isn't attached to that. Just like an elite athlete's identity isn't attached to whether they won, whether they lost, or whether they played well or whether they didn't play well. Because you know, as a trader, you know I'm a good trader. You know I'm a profitable trader. Even if I have a bad day, even if I lose a trade, I was losing trades and I was chasing. I would lose a trade and be like, nah, I can't lose to that. I got to get that money back, and I'm chasing. And then you make something, you make the situation worse. You make the situation worse. And I'm trading a live account. I'm not funded. I'm not on no funded accounts. This is all cash account money. So it ain't like, oh man, I gotta pay another $40 or whatever to like get an eval and pass it. I'm an options trader, me. so I'm picking like the toughest, muddiest route, and I'm going that way. I'm doing it that way because I know if at the end of the day, if all these prop firms go up in smoke and you gotta get it out the mud right here, right now, I'm already accustomed to doing that. I gotta worry about theta. I gotta worry about the Greeks. I gotta worry about my losses because my money's attached to it. This means something to me. It's not like I could go get funded and go borrow money. And I'm not. This not no knock to the people that do that. God bless. I know myself though. I know it works for me. So that's what I'm dealing with. That in regards to trading, I can't have my identity based off my performance. I can have my identity based off whether I won my trade or whether I didn't win my trade. That can't affect whether I show up in the lives of the people I care about, my loved ones. I That can't stop me from showing up here, posting content about trading, about financial literacy. Like those things shouldn't stop me from doing that, because if that does, then that means that I'm not an elite trader. That means I'm an average trader, and that means I'm only as good as my last win. That ain't consistency. That's not discipline. That's bullshit, and I have to stop living that way because it's just nah. Um, so now that that happens, we get to the question of now what? Like you blew your account. Now what? It was painful. It was scary. It was embarrassing. Um, I didn't want to share it, but I thought about it. It's just like, yo, more people, more people blow their accounts than don't blow their accounts. Somebody watching this right now is either on the verge of blowing their account, blew their account already, or just starting out and is afraid to blow your account. Because again, when you hear about people saying like, "Oh, if you blow your account, it's all over," you don't want to blow your account. But in the event that you do, and you might, that's part of the game. That's that's what I haven't seen it. It's that they don't talk about that enough. Like that's blowing your account is a part of the game. Nobody want to look bad. Nobody wants to look bad. If you look at like social media content, period, nobody wants to look bad because again, it's like it's branding. Like you when you put yourself out there, it's like a brand. You don't want your brand to look bad. You don't want your brand to take a loss. You want everything to be perfect and shiny and ideal and marketable. Sometimes you gotta say fuck the brand. Sometimes you gotta say that because part of the game is losing the trade. Your brand, your personal brand. If you're trading, if you're posting content, if you're a food reviewer, you're gonna take a loss. Something bad is gonna happen. That's a part of the game, and it's about how you respond to that. So this is me responding to something that happens to everybody. Everybody loses trades, and if you abandon your discipline long enough, if you make enough bad decisions, you blow that account. You feel that pain, that pain that you was avoiding, because I was avoiding the pain of feeling like a failure. The the pain of that disappointment. And there's a lesson in that. There's a lesson in that pain. That pain could be a teacher. That embarrassment can be a teacher. It can help you take a step back and reevaluate because what you don't want to do, like J. Cole said in one of them albums, not the most recent one, but he said the good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way. You don't want to build like a kingdom on bad habits. That's not stable. That's not a stable foundation. And something could happen. Something could rock your world. Imagine you started out person start out trading, and they never have a loss. They never like blow their account. They never have like a bad run. Sometimes you can apply your strategy and do everything right and still lose trade. If that never happened to you, and that's all you see in the success, success, success. Oh man, I'm the greatest ever. The market always catches up to you. Always. Always. You're not gonna know how to handle yourself if you take that type of loss and you never tasted that before. You never like was dealt like a bad hand like that. You won't know how to deal with that. So I'd rather deal with it now than deal with it later. So that's that's what I'm dealing with right now. So I've accepted that I failed. I've leaned into it. Uh, but in failure, failure isn't the end. Failure is definitely a part where you get to learn. And I got back to the basics. Got back to the basics. It's like, okay, blew your account. You starting over. Now what? Like now, what are the next steps? Like we not living in denial. We not faking. We not trying to act like everything cool when it's not. What's the next steps? So I got back to basics. Number one, I had to calm down. I had to calm the fuck down. Trading is not brain surgery. You're not diffusing a bomb. It's like the candle, the price is gonna move. You get in or you get out. You know, you calm down. I had to do away with my shame, like the shame of me losing trades, the shame of me blowing my accounts. That shame is not gonna help me get get back to where I need to be. That shame isn't gonna help me be a better trader. It's not gonna help me be more profitable. It's like there's a pity part of it. What am I wallow for? What am I gonna be sitting there like, oh man, I blew my account. I'm this. I'm not. It's like yeah, it happened. My worth and my reputation isn't my profit and my loss. It's not that. Back testing, back testing, back testing, back testing, practice reps. Extra reps ain't never hurt nobody. So back testing and understand that my journey is my journey. And my journey ain't your journey. And your journey ain't that person's journey or that person's journey or that person's journey or that person's journey. Your journey is your journey. Do not compare yourself to anybody else. Don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to $1 million trader guru over here, Ferrari girl over here, Lambo guy down here. Like, don't do that. Your journey is your journey. Wherever you are in your journey, that's where you are. If you make $80 in a day trading, don't look at somebody that made $8,000, whether you on X, whether you on Instagram, whether you on TikTok. Don't look at them like, damn, I wish I'd made that, or I didn't make enough, or I didn't, I. That's being married to the result, not married to the process. You was able to make 80, you was able to make 10, you was able to make 5. If you're able to do that, and you do that consistently, and you journal, and you back test, and you perfect your system, those days will come. You cannot fast track the success. It will come. You can't compare yourself. The market, another thing, the market is going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down or it's going to trade sideways and consolidate. You got to know if you're going to enter, when you're going to enter, and when you're going to exit. You got to know your position size. Like these are things you can control. If you don't trade in bad situations, you reduce your chances of losing or putting yourself in a bad situation. I was trying to trade every day. You know, for the past couple weeks, like the market been moving sideways. So since blowing my account, I know when to get in, when not to get in. I know when to enter. I know when to exit. I'm not taking chances. I'm not gambling. I'm not doing none of that. And those are the things that have helped me get back on track. I've been seeing wins lately. That's why again I've been posting like on my shorts. If you check my shorts out, um, or wherever they are. Where they at? Up there, down there. Go to shorts, check shorts out. Um, I have a I have a winter trade and I have a day where I didn't trade anything because of price action. Whatever's like bad price action and like I was trying to make trades happen, that's my ego. That's my pride. That shit is poisonous. You can't get ahead with that. So yeah, you gotta know when to engage with the market and when not. It's not gonna be your day every day. But you'll have an opportunity eventually. When you see that opportunity, you cannot trade all week long and then catch a banger on a Friday. Or you can catch a banger on a Wednesday and no trade Monday, Tuesday, and no trade Thursday, Friday. And that was it because on those other 4 days, if you would have took a trade, you might have lost all your gains that you got on that Wednesday. You might have started Monday, Tuesday in the hole, and then Wednesday get yourself out the hole, and then Thursday, Friday, because you're trying to make something happen, trying to trade for social media. That was my problem. I was trying to trade for social media. I was trying to run these numbers up. I was trying to fast track my success so I could brag and beat my chest and look like the other people that you see with all the numbers. Like when they be doing numbers. A couple traders I follow, they be doing well. Like they getting it. And I'm like, I want that feeling. I want to be able to post that live trade reaction. I want that feeling. I want it's just like you. If you feel like that, you missing the point. If you feel like that, you're married to the result. If you feel like that, you're not married to the process. It's only a matter of time before you hit that wall. So take it from me. Your journey is your journey. Don't compare yourself. Stick to the basics. Remain disciplined. If you abandon your discipline, it's only a matter of time before you crash and burn. Crashing and burning is not the end of the world. However, it's going to take you through some much needed lessons that you need to look at and that you need to learn, that you need to retain. Because if not, the loop will keep repeating itself. So that's what's happened to me. I'm back. We are trading. Um, we're developing and maintaining healthy habits. I'm not trying to show you guys $1 million. I'm not trying to flaunt lifestyle. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to trade my system and I'm gonna share the journey like from right here, from the ugly bad part of the shit where nobody want to be and traders talk about when they up when they got the camera in the car and they driving around like, oh man, I got this car delivered at 3 in the morning. This is my dream car. I'm in my dream house. I ain't nowhere near that. I ain't nowhere near that, and I'm sharing it with you. So, um, yeah, I would say this is like the soft relaunch of the channel, and that's my life update. To everybody watching this video, I hope that your holiday season went well. This February is the end of February, but when I'm shooting this, so I hope your holidays went well. I hope your loved ones are well. I hope that you've been improving as a trader, and if not, you want to get back to it. Get back to it. It is rewarding. Trading has been probably one of the most transformative things that I've ever done in my life. It's peeled back layers of me personally that I didn't know I needed to be pulled back, exposed, and corrected. So um, it's a beautiful discipline. I'll say that. And until next time, let's all stay disciplined. Let's all stay committed. And people are out there making it bag. Why not us?